Hi, it's your big bro Adam with another video about men's jewelry, specifically how to pick it, style it, and wear it. So let's get into it. So before you start going out and buying jewelry and looking at jewelry, you need to make one crucial decision first, whether or not you're going to go with silver or gold. I think your jewelry should be uniform across all your pieces and be one cohesive unit together. I think typically gold jewelry suits darker skin complexions better. I think there's something about gold jewelry and darker skin that gives nice contrast to it, rather than silver, which complements lighter skin tones a little bit better. So that's your first decision you need to make first, is whether or not you want to go with silver or go with gold. Go with gold if you have darker skin complexion. Go with silver if you have a lighter skin complexion like I do. So the first piece of jewelry that I wanted to focus on is my nose ring. I have a silver hoop. It's important to work with your piercer to get it to be the right size and in the right position. The inside of the hoop shouldn't rub against your nose at all, and this is something I wear daily, that I kind of set it and forget it, and it's a piece of my whole jewelry ensemble. So let's start with talking about rings. Before you go out and start shopping for different sizes and styles and shapes of rings, this is where you should start. This is a ring sizer. You can buy this off of Amazon for about $10, but this will give you an accurate measurement of the ring you need to buy that fits you snugly and looks tailor-made for you. So this is a ring sizer. It goes by even down to 1/2 increments. So there's a big difference between a 9 and a 9.5. So this is where you should start. Basically, just starting with any arbitrary size, fitting it on, and I like to make sure it's loose enough where the ring's not falling off. And you'll be able to pretty quickly accurately gauge what's too loose, what isn't. It should be snug enough where it's not falling off your hand while it's upside down, but not tight enough where it's cutting off the circulation in your finger. So just go down the line and see what fits well for your fingers. I would suggest definitely going a little more snug than a little too loose. You don't want to lose your jewelry, of course. So this is where you should start. Get an accurate size of your finger, and then you can start shopping around, and it'll be a more consistent way of shopping and getting what you want. For men starting to wear rings, I would definitely start with either your pointer finger or your middle finger. Wouldn't suggest a thumb ring or a pinky ring at first, and then obviously your ring finger is meant for more serious stuff. I suggest starting off simple. 1 or 2 rings on each hand at most. Less is more for this kind of stuff, men's jewelry. I love to start off with a simple silver or gold band. I will wear this on my ring or my pointer finger, and I think it's just a nice accent. If you do like other styles and looking for a little variety in rings, I like more square cut rings. I think these present typically a little more masculine than a rounded face. Something square cut, hard to go wrong with. Obviously, size it correctly using your ring sizer and go from there. Another part of my uniform, that is my jewelry, is bracelets. Same thing, same principles apply for bracelets. I like for a Cuban link style chain. This is what's called a lobster claw clasp, and this is a very secure way of fastening this bracelet onto me. Again, silver, it matches all of my other pieces of jewelry. I like it a little bit chunkier for a more masculine fit. I think this is about 5 millimeters in diameter across, and it's just important that the clasp stays on the bottom or the inside of your wrist. And I like to pair that with a fabric bracelet. This is one you can buy for dirt cheap off of Etsy. They'll make them by hand, but what this print and design is actually called a chevron bracelet, and all of these are repeating up arrows like that, and it's just offers a nice contrast in color and material. One really important side note is that if you start wearing jewelry like this, make sure your hands are moisturized, your nails are clean. Jewelry just has a way of attracting the eye to your physical features, so just make sure you take care of your skin. So these are the watches that I have historically worn. I believe great men's jewelry should be more analog. I find it hard and kind of detest having smartwatches as jewelry. I think it's just a little tackier and at least just not my speed. I have this really cool, beautiful watch from Emporio Armani, nice rose gold, and then it's got a rubber band with it. This was my daily driver for some time. What I'm currently wearing is, because I'm wearing silver jewelry typically mostly these days, is my Tissot. Simple black face, silver finish, and then I actually swapped the band on this to be a more silicone rubbery band. It holds up to the elements and water and my lifestyle a little bit better. But something simple, not too convoluted. Simple is best. Just make sure it's fitted well. So this is my white gold chain that I wear on a daily basis. This is part of my uniform just as much as a watch is or a ring is. I love this chain. It's great quality. It hasn't had any color defects or anything weird since I've bought it. It's actually from a brand called The Gold Shop. It's spelled GLD. But basically, I believe this is a 24-inch white gold plated chain, Cuban link. I would suggest starting off with a chain. That's the style of chain you should go for. It's timeless, it's simple, it's classic. Cuban link is probably what you're looking for. I've never had an issue with the clasp, but basically these pop down off the sides of it, and then you can unclasp it by squeezing and pulling it apart like this. But I just throw it over my head and it looks great. It's durable. It's everything I want out of a chain. 10 out of 10 would recommend. So when it comes to wearing the chain and styling it, I think a great length is if you wanted to draw a line between your nipples. That's where I think the bottom of the chain should touch, either within touching that line or an inch or two above it. There is a huge difference between wearing a chain this size and one that's significantly shorter. I think having a longer chain just presents as more masculine. Having a shorter chain, chokers and whatnot look totally different if it's much shorter. So depending on your style, that's how you would shop for the length of it. That's why I think necklaces like chokers and pearl necklaces tend to present as a little bit more feminine. So if you're looking for a more masculine look, get a chain no longer than the line between your two nipples. It's great to have jewelry that is proportional to your body, and that's just a very simple way of gauging how long you should buy it. Next thing would be wearing a chain should go over the clothing if it's a very simple pattern, fabric, or design on your t-shirt. The more simple your base layer is underneath, the more appropriate it is to wear a chain over it. I, for instance, would wear a chain with this shirt, but I wouldn't with this shirt, a polo shirt like this, and definitely something not so as involved as a heavier layer or a hoodie. However, I would wear it with something like this. A simple sweater like this with no graphic on the front. So I hope I was able to help some of you men with this quick start guide to jewelry. I hope some of you find some amazing different pieces and find the confidence to wear them and express yourself. Love you guys. Bye.